What's going on YouTube? Will Moore in here, and boy does that Powerless trailer look good. I just want to gobble, grind it into a nice paste and eat it slowly. It, that's a weird thing to say. So I know what you're thinking, but Will, Powerless is just a rip-off of Marvel's Damage Control show that isn't out yet. Yeah, but I don't care. And the reason I don't care is this. Historically, DC and Marvel have been ripping each other off since the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of comics, or at least the beginning of superhero comics. So, for a good 80 years, they've been ripping each other off. And for the most part in the comics, it was Marvel that was doing the ripping off. Like, if you look at the first character who could run really, really fast, it was DC that came up with these characters before Marvel did. And that's okay. It's kind of like a trope in comics now. Marvel and DC, for every Marvel character, there's a DC character and vice versa. It's just a thing. So when you're talking about these characters and teams, be it Avengers versus Justice League or Namor versus Aquaman, it doesn't really come down to who did it first, but who you prefer watching. Now, I'm not going to play dumb. I know we haven't seen a Damage Control trailer yet, so it's very possible once I see that trailer, I'll make a Damage Control video being like, oh, I was wrong, Powerless looks like it's going to suck. But until then, it really does look like DC is going to be winning the office comedy, superhero-inspired comic book universe, movie, cinematic, television show competition. It's a very specific race, I know, and I don't think many people really care who wins it. But if we know anything from the Flash and Supergirl crossover, it's that DC loves races. So, things from this trailer that I'm super psyched for. Danny Pudi is in it. He needs more work. Alan Tudyk is in it. He also needs more work. So far they're 2 for 2 with good things in this trailer. Also, I've finally accepted and learned to enjoy the fact that I like a lot of High School Musical stars now. Since High School Musical, Zac Efron has been doing some really cool stuff, like that Neighbors movie. He was really good in that. And now Vanessa Hudgens seems like she's going to be doing the same thing, starring in this show as the badass busy businesswoman that does busy business things. I also like the minor tweak they made to separate themselves from Damage Control. Instead of being a government agency that cleans up messes, they're more like a PR firm. And I kind of like that tweak better because it's more human, it's more relatable, and it's it works better as an office comedy than what it seems like they're going to be trying to do with Damage Control. I don't know what I think about this not taking place in the Arrowverse, in the CW connected universe. I feel like they went through so much trouble, and it was such a huge deal when Supergirl switched over to the CW to make another series on a major network that isn't connected to that universe. Kind of seems like it's doubling back. Now, they didn't outright say that this show doesn't take place in the Arrowverse, but they did mention Aquaman and Green Lantern, who do not exist in the Arrowverse. They only exist in the movies. And I don't even think they've introduced Green Lantern yet, so that's going to be interesting. That may suggest we may hear about Green Lantern in Suicide Squad. Shit, revelations! That is, if this show even takes place in the DC Extended Universe and not its own universe. And I think at the very least it should take place in the DC Extended Universe, because that's kind of what they're trying to build toward. They have their TV universe all set up, or it's about to be set up next season. They're building up their movie universe. I think any other TV show they come out with should either take place in the movie universe or the TV universe. It doesn't make sense for it to be its own thing. So I think an easy assumption to make about this series is it seems like DC's way to kind of course correct and make up for the criticism they've had about their darker tone in the movies, because it seems like this show likely will take place in the movie universe with all the big heroes being at least mentioned. And I think that's an easy comparison to make. But I don't care. Every company makes decisions to generate revenue and get more people involved. It doesn't matter why they're doing it, as long as they execute it properly and don't just throw it out there thinking that just coming up with something funny is gonna get people interested. But it doesn't seem like that's what this is going to be, and I think in part that's because it's on NBC. NBC seems like it's very specific about what comedies it lets on its network. It's had some of the best comedies of all time, and it seems like from this trailer, this is not going to be just a lowest common denominator, basic bottom of the barrel jokes kind of thing. It seems like it's going to be very clever and original. But what did you think of the trailer? Are you team Powerless, team Damage Control, or are you waiting for the Damage Control trailer to kind of make that decision? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.